Honestly, for me, the bar in this that I would know if I did good enough are the Maria Callas fans, you know, and those who love opera. And my fear would be to disappoint them. So, of course, all other things and in my own business, if there's a response to the work, I'm very grateful. But in my heart, to disappoint the people who love her, and she means a lot to, and her legacy, and I really came to care for her. So I felt I didn't want to do a disservice to this woman.
And of course, this movie wouldn't exist without Angelina. You can't make or even try to attempt to make a movie like this without having who could properly play her. So we feel that it's a celebration of her life, of her work, and of her music, of course.
What does that word diva mean to you, particularly in the context of independent women and even your own life?
And I think it's also quite sad. I wish she was here today to see this kindness to her life, because when she passed, the last experience she had, she went out and she tried, and the critics were so cruel. They were so cruel to her. And she wasn't not trying, and she wasn't not Maria, but she was older and she wasn't as good, and they were mean. And I don't know if she passed knowing that she did her best and she was appreciated and loved. I think she may have died with a lot of loneliness and pain. Well, now they've been listening to a lot of, opera's been in their house for a while, so they're quite used to Maria. And I do hope, if I can say that, I hope that a lot of people, that this film, if anything, brings more people to opera, to explore it and to let it affect them and move them, because it's such a powerful art form and so important. I was more of a punk, and I loved all music, but I probably listened to The Clash more than most. And as I've gotten older, classical music, opera, I think there's something, I still love the same music I did when I was younger. I'll still listen to The Clash. But I think when your life is full, when you've felt a certain level of despair, of pain, of love, at a certain point, there is only certain sounds that can match that feeling. And to me, the immensity of the feeling encapsulated within the sounds of opera, there's nothing like it. And that feeling that would move all of us if we were to hear it would be the only sound that would explain that pain.
First of all, we're all, I guess, very happy to see you here with this movie.
Well, everybody here knows I was terribly nervous. I spent almost 7 months training, because when you work with Pablo, you can't do anything by half. He demands in a most wonderful way that you really do the work and you really learn and train. But my first time singing, I remember being so nervous. My sons were there and they helped to block the door that nobody else was coming in, and I was shaky. And Pablo, in his decency, started me in a small room and ended me in La Scala. So he gave me a time to grow. But I was frightened to live up to her, and that I had, not sung in public. I didn't sing before this, so I haven't done karaoke, but now maybe I've got a few. I'm ready.
In the research for the role and actually filming the scenes,
I've needed to be home more with my family these last years, and in that time I've become maybe more grateful to have the opportunity to just be an artist and play and be among all of you, to just be in this creative world that we are all fortunate to be in some way a part of. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm grateful to be able to be an artist in any way. So that's how I'm feeling.
Can you talk about how much you related to her?
I think in the way I related to her may be a surprise, that probably the part of her that's extremely soft and doesn't have room in the world to be as soft as she truly was and as emotionally open as she truly was. I think in that vulnerability, I share her vulnerability more than anything.